Well, a very good evening, everybody, and welcome to Delta T Racing Thursday night. So it's time for Division 2. Bit of a change tonight for round number 5. We've got a one-shot qualification and a 100% race. So 44 laps of Spa-Francorchamps. So here we go. Let's get qualifying underway. I'll try and jump on. Who is normally near the front, so I'm going to jump on with Hammers just to see how he is doing. Currently third, obviously just coming through Erosion Radion onto the Kemmel Straight for the first time. So Hammers moving up into provisional pole at the moment as we come to the end of the Kemmel Straight. Big shout out to Hammers. He's become a father for the second time. I'd like to welcome Freddie to the world and offer congratulations to Hammers and his family. Obviously he probably a bit tired at the moment and sometimes might have to just dip into AI if he is needed. But let's having a look at this Hummer. Setting the pace now. Connor in second as we're coming through. Okay, up towards campus. Now we're on the final run, flat out from here, all the way up to the bus stop chicane. He's coming into the chicane now. Braking point right. Accelerate out the corner. We'll see what time he's going to pop on the board, and he does 1:44.6. So currently, yep, that's it. It's one shot, isn't it? So of course it's not going to change. So we were on board with Hummer there, taking pole position at the end. I'll run through the grid in just a minute because it went so quickly I missed most of it. So Hummer taking pole position with a 1:44.6. We then have Daniel in second pole position last time out, I believe. Johnny in third place, pushing in the championship. Bog up in fourth there. He'll be pleased with that. Struggled for pace a bit yesterday, but I think we all did. Hammers in fifth, and we've got Cavolis, Brother Adam, Double, Skipper, and Ralph rounding out the top 10. Then we have Single in 11th, Scully in 12th, 13th Composite, 14th Pavlosidor. Then we had disqualified of Connor and Pac-Man. Obviously not disqualified from anything other than the fact that it was they probably just invalidated on a corner and it disqualifies your qualification time. So not disqualify for the race or anything. So we'll be ready to go in just a minute.
Nestled in the Ardennes forest waits an absolutely classic challenge, a throwback, and unashamedly so. The reputation of Spa-Francorchamps speaks for itself. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the Belgian Grand Prix. So here we are once again, ready to go racing through the Ardennes forest. 4.35 miles of long straights, fast corners, and massive elevation changes. It makes this not only one of the most exciting circuits on the calendar, but one that makes for some consistently high-quality racing as well. Simply put it, there's no place quite like it.
welcome back everybody. We have just started the formation lap. So let's get some menus up and ready. Position changes. Telemetry disabled. Right, okay, so running through the grid. What we're going to do is have a quick look, if I can get the right buttons, have a look, see what tyres everybody's gone for. So got Hummers, Hummer and Daniel going for the softs, Johnny on the mediums, Bog on the softs, Hammers on the medium, and Cavolis the first going for the hard tyres. Did have good pace in the Division 1 race last night, so I'm expecting some good things from him tonight. Brother Adam on the softs, double rapid there in 8th position. So Mikey taking some of the credit for that, for giving him his setup. Skipper 9th on softs, Ralph 10th on softs. Then Kazingle going for the mediums, everyone else softs other than Pav going for the long run on the hard tyres. So I say 44 laps tonight. It's going to last a while. A quick look at the table whilst we're going round. F1 Johnny leading the way with 59 points in his Williams, just ahead of Bogorovsky in second on 52 points, so 7-point gap between them there. Single in third on 49. Bob Spun on 45. Then we have Brother Adam on 45 as well. Then a bit of gap to Hummer on 37, Connor 32, and then Wazza, who isn't here tonight either, on in 8th position. So still very, very tight considering we've had 5 rounds. We will see who is going to be who's going to master Spa, should I say. Right, Hummer's setting himself up there right the way across to the left, looking to come across and close off Daniel as quick as he can and take that wide line. But that is going to open it up for F1 Johnny just behind. So we are now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And the lights are out and away we go. And didn't look like a very good start there by Hummer at all, and it doesn't indeed. Okay, but Hummer coming round on the inside there. Do we have any contact? No, that's good. Right, okay, so we are through. Going up through Eau Rouge and Radion for the first time today. What a lovely camera angle. But we want to see the fight, so Hummer now coming under a bit of pressure from Daniel. Daniel looking at wanting to get the job done as soon as he can. Hammer's coming up the inside and taking the position from F1 Johnny there. So Hammer's having a really good start. Bog down to 5th. Connor making up a position at the back. So I'm just trying to keep an eye on where some of the overtakes are going to be. Skipper. I thought he was making a move then, but he's not. Oh, somebody's got a bit wide there. I think, was that Skipper? It was indeed. So we were on board with him. And I think he got a bit of a tank slapper. But still in the race. It's a long, long way to go. Another 43 laps after this one. So back at the front, Hummer did maintain that lead. Looked like he got an absolute awful start away from the line, and Daniel got the jump on the outside. But I think Hummer was just a little bit later and braver on the inside under the brakes, managed to get that position back. But Hammer's one of the main gainers at the moment. Let's have a look, position change, yeah, up to... Jack in 7th place, up 4. The composite. And Pavlosidor has just jump a bit further back to Connor and see what's going on here. So Connor looking to come up the inside, composite locking up a bit. Connor, did he make contact there? Hope not, but a bit further up, Ralph and Brother Adam changing positions. Right, okay. Let's get back up to the front because I think we got... God, Hummer's gone. And Hammers is looking for a move up the inside of Daniel. Daniel late on the brakes, locks up a little bit, but manages to maintain the position. So keeps Hammers at bay for the moment. Let's get rid of not everything. Having a mare tonight. Okay, so settled down. Hummer with a 1.1 second gap over Daniel, who is pulling away, almost trying to get that second on Hammers if he can. Just try and break that DRS. But then the problem is when you find out when you're not in DRS, you're just in no man's land. Anybody behind, it's just so easy for him to overtake down the Camel Straight. So that and the ERS can be very, very powerful. Okay, so Hummer 1.7 seconds. Oh, and we've got Hammers looking to make a move. Try and stay there, my friend, and make the move down the Camel Straight. You now put yourself under pressure. You've got F1 Johnny looking for a move up the inside, and Johnny does take that position, but are we gonna? No. Hammers manages to get a better drive there. Johnny is itching to get past him though, just sitting behind, and Bog looking to pick up any pieces behind. Cav a little bit further back on those hard tyres, don't forget, so he'll be looking at going long if there's no safety car. Oh, little bit of a love tap there. Okay, so missed Johnny moving up into second position past Daniel. Oh, didn't miss Daniel locking up and taking it side. It's so easy to do in this game. I think you might have a little bit too much engine braking on there, just making the back a bit loose, or he's gone very, very light on the wings. But I'm sorry, Hummer, look, he's gone 3.7 seconds clear. He is on the soft tyres though. Yeah, get the tyres up. Yeah, but no one should be feeling anything yet. Mediums will certainly be up to temperature now. The hard's probably coming up to temperature, if not there. But this is where the battle is, and the two McLarens behind. Bog up into fourth position. I missed that as well. Bog being, or Bog getting past Hammers. So Bog will now go on the chase of Daniel, try and get past him, and Johnny says there's still a hell of a long way to go in this race, so anything can happen. Safety cars can close the gap in the blink of an eye. But these guys have got a massive gap, 4 seconds to the cars behind. Oh, here we go. Are we going to go 3 abreast here? Looks like it could be a McLaren sandwich. No. Oh, there's 3 in 2, 1. Do not go there. Bog manages to get through. Hammers caught up in that. I think he was the sandwich between Bog and Daniel. Doesn't look like he's got any damage though, which could be good. Well, obviously good for the fight. But Bog's lost his front left end plate. No. Okay, so Bog is, I don't know if he's going to pit or not. He's yeah, I suppose it depends how much downforce he's actually losing overall, and whether it's manageable. But so early in the race is a pain in the arse, especially when it was going so well for him. But anyway, a bit further back, do we have anything really going on? Seem to have a lot of cars just following each other. But it has split into 2 groups, well 3 really, if you count Hummer being in a group on his own, over 4 seconds up the road. So Bog losing that end plate, but he's still keeping Johnny honest. Obviously, he does have that tyre advantage, softs versus the mediums, but he's still got to keep it on track. So Hummer with a 4.2 second. It's coming down slightly now. And Bog is up and past Johnny up into second place. So despite not having a front end plate, Bog is on a bit of a charge. So we'll see if he can make any kind of dent into Hummer's lead. Looks like Connor having a bit of issue there at the back. Right, let's get back to this battle here. So I do feel a bit guilty so far with Hummers. I say out in first position, 4.5 seconds clear now, and I've hardly showed him at all, but there's a lot of battling going on behind. So these four just settled down a little bit. Let's see what happens on the straight there. But Scully doing really well in 8th position. Doing well in the Hass, and we've got Cav in 7th. He's the first on the hard tyres. Who have we got into the pits? Oh, Jack into the pits. Why? Has he got... He must have damage. Does indeed. Front nose plate lost his front left end plate. But it doesn't seem to be harming Bog too much. Johnny just moving out. I don't think he's committing to the overtake there. I think these four are just going to settle down a bit. If they are, well, they're not all talking, but if they were, they work as a unit and actually try and nip into that 4.5 second lead that Hummer's got. Bog now got Johnny right behind him. A bit further back, I know Scully has now closed right up onto the back of Skipper as well. So we've got that group formed again from 7th place downwards. Literally 7th down to and including 12th position. Nose to tail, same as we have 2nd to 5th position. We'll just check the stream actually and make sure. Johnny getting close to Boggy, wanting to make that move as soon as he can. But the idea was to sit behind here, follow down through the Overage and Radion onto, and then make the overtake onto the Kemmel Straight. Right, so I don't think Johnny's close enough, but someone who is Hammers. Oh, he's not draining his ERS. No, I think he's quite happy to just sit in that train at the moment. Just preserve his ERS, his tyres, his DRS. Right, what we got in the chat? Mikey, no lag. Yes, no lag, Mikey. Yeah, finally got my new internet in, and it seems to be a darn sight better. Apologies for last week. It was gave me motion sickness watching it back. But and Shane as well. Good evening, sir. Good to see you. Right, so this battle continues for 2nd down to 5th place. GTA Glitches. Why do I know that name? good evening, whoever you are. I have a feeling, but I'm not going to guess. So Scully, oh, I missed that as well. Scully up into 7th place. Ralph as well, both past Skipper. Skipper having a bit of a torrid time, actually. He's lost a few places. Composite as well. So Fox Blue. Oh, sorry, I remember you, sir. I rang a bell. That YouTuber, but I couldn't remember. Good to see you. So hopefully we'll get something sorted for you back in DTR again soon. Just unfortunately you're too bloody quick. But we'll get some new guys in, we'll start to rebuild, so it'll be good to have you back. But yes, good evening and welcome. Right, so Scully doing really well and has broken that second from Ralph as well. So he's not going to find himself in or under pressure under DRS. We are Skipper losing another place to double, so double on the hunt. So it looks like the Haas is moving their way up. The Ferrari getting a little bit nudged out there. Connor and Pac-Man getting a little bit elbows out, but good to see them be giving each other room there. So it's fair racing, hard but fair. Good to see. Ralph now putting a lot of pressure on Scully. They're looking to make that move. We're going to chat. Fox Blue. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Thanks, Fox Blue. Getting a lot older and too hot today. And I'm sure I'll have a sore throat by the end of 44 laps, but no, good. Oliver, interesting race. Yeah, cheering on Daniel. Yeah, he's doing all right at the moment. Still in that train. So he's certainly on the hunt for a podium, but Hummer does seem to be on a different level today. So Scully, so Ralph making the move up the inside of Scully. I don't think he put up too much fight there, to be honest, but it's not a bad thing if you're under pressure there, because he can now set himself under DRS to make the move. And now Skipper and Pac-Man. So Skipper is battling with everyone, but unfortunately making his way from 7th position down into currently 12th. Right, okay, who do we have up here? So Hammer's making the move. Well, keeping the position. Oh, Daniel switches to the inside. That's a cracking move. Can he keep it? Once again, side by side. Nice, fair racing so far. It's good to see, but Daniel looks like he has made the position. So Daniel up into 4th place. That will make Oliver happy in the chat. But Hammers, I'm sure, will be quite happy to sit behind. Has picked up a penalty though, so has Pac-Man. I'm a shit. Oh, Hammers looking for the switch to the inside. A brave move. Connor picking up a 3-second time penalty as well, but making his way up into 10th place after invalidating his qualification lap and starting from the back of the grid. But it's a real good battle going on between these two. Scully and oh, doubles round. Pavlosidor's into the side of him. We have a safety car. Aye, aye, aye. Looks like one of the Hasses. I just saw it in the background. Looks like the Hass was sideways. And Pavlosidor's Aston Martin ended up in the barrier there. But right, okay, who has pitted? Bog obviously pitting, changing that front nose, getting a new end plate on there. Where's he gonna pop out? Cavs into the pits as well. Bog could come out behind Skipper. Yeah, Bog gets out just ahead of Skipper. Good of Skipper to give that position back, although he was probably told over the radio to give it back. So bog pitting coming out in 6th place. Now it'll be interesting. Let's have a quick peek at what tyres everybody's gone on to. Bog going on to a set of mediums. Daniel onto mediums. So yeah, they've come off for the softs. Everybody else going mediums, kind of going hard, so you can probably take them to the end actually, 34 laps, but they are going to be sore by the time he gets there. Right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to jump on with Hummer, because I have not showed this poor guy at all. He has pulled out 5.5 seconds, or had pulled out a 5.5 second lead. Only to have it completely reeled in again under the safety car. But I'm sure if he's done it once, he can do it again. Opting not to pit and keep in track position. Obviously, it's still early doors, so can take those tyres an awful lot longer. But be good for us because it's going to punch his field back up ever so slightly. Hummer leading the way. We've got F1 Jolly in 2nd place. Hammer's in 3rd position, but with that penalty, I think it's a 3 second. We'll have a quick look just at penalties as well. Yeah, all 3 seconds. So nothing too naughty there. Ralph making his way up into 4th place in the Racing Bull, but again he hasn't pitted. Daniel has his teammates, and he'll be straight behind him with a fresh set of tyres. Hammer's coming into the pits. That's a weird time to pit, Hammers. Well, I suppose he would have double stacked with Bog. Oh, yes. And he goes on to a set of softs, is that? I can put him right to the back of the grid. If there's a set of softs, he's going to have to pit at least another once. Let's have a look. Tyres, he has, yeah, gone for the softs. Okay, well that'll be interesting. Keep an eye on Hammers at the back of the grid. Pablo, good evening. Welcome to the chat. Need to buy a Fanatic. I wouldn't at the moment. Apparently there's rumour that they've filed for insolvency. And I believe they're in quite a lot of debt. So, yeah, I wouldn't buy yourself a Fanatec just yet. Hold fire. Right, let's get rid of the on-screen data. I'm going to get rid of everything, to be honest, and we'll just watch these cars go around for a bit. Let's jump back, see. There we go, sort of mid-table, I think. See what's going on here. So everyone feverishly trying to get some heat into their tyres. So easy to drop off. I think we had them down at about 54 degrees yesterday. Right, looks like safety car is going to be in this lap. So we'll jump back on board with Hummer and we'll figure out where he's going to go. There's 2 ways you can go here, either very early and try and get a jump approaching the bus stop chicane, or as the majority do, coming out of the bus stop chicane. I think this one is going to go all the way to the final corner before they put their foot down. You play with Moser, Pablo. I don't know much about them, to be honest, but well, maybe you might pick up a cheap Fanatec soon if they're not going to be supported. But right, okay, so we are going to be good to go coming out here. A nice wide. Oh, Hammer just making it just that little bit later there. I think that just caught Johnny a little bit by surprise. Wasn't quite expecting that. Obviously, if it was caught by surprise. Okay, so not too much happening there, although Ralph getting a good drive out of turn 2. So he'll be looking at making a move if he can down the Kemmel Straight, but it's all going to be ERS. DRS not going to be enabled until the next lap. And Daniel now side by side with his teammate. Ralph going a bit deep there. He's now impeding his teammate. He just nearly. So as we were at the moment, notice Hammers has made up one position at the back, but I don't want to jump away from this front. But lo and behold, Hummer gone. 1.6 seconds. Jeez. I'm sorry to hear that, Pablo. It's, yeah, obviously his ones are sometimes turning and the wheel responds, sometimes it doesn't. So yeah, there does seem to still be a lot of compatibility issues with the wheels. Hopefully they'll get them patched, but knowing EA, it's not going to be any time soon. But sorry to see you out. So obviously that was Pav, obviously out earlier on. Right, DRS is now enabled. Daniel finally makes it past his teammate, although his team, oh jeez, saw some carbon fibre there. I'm hoping nobody has lost an M plate. It certainly doesn't seem to be any team orders at Racing Bull. And all that is doing is making everything available for Bog, who moves past Daniel easily and now past Ralph and up into third place. So I'm afraid the Racing Bulls absolutely stiffed each other there. Ralph should have let Daniel through, really, being the quicker driver. But doesn't have to. Oh, Daniel, I think just locking up a bit. Looked like he was in a half spin, but managed to hold it. Still in 5th position. I thought we had a few that might be making a bit of a move there, but I think they're deciding against it. Right, let's get back to the front. Well, I say front, 1.6 seconds adrift. Bog in 3rd position, has made a break. Nearly 2 seconds now clear of Ralph, but the problem is Ralph is battling his teammate, which is not helping either of the Racing Bulls, to be honest. We've got Kazingle just behind in the Mercedes. We'll look at making the move as quick as he can. But I mean, look at that. Daniel has made up nearly 3/4 of a second in one corner. What have we got going on back here? Connor. Making the move on Scully. But, right. So Jack there now does make the move on Ralph, so a bit of a pointless exercise there, really, with his teammate now 3 seconds up the road. Oh, what is going on back here? Oh. So Hammer's trying to make his way through. And does so. Hammer's back up into 12th position, but a long way to go to get on the podium. Not in time wise, because obviously the field is very close. So after that DRS, after that safety car, put my teeth back in. Only another 31 laps. Right, the gap is coming down at the front. That was 1.7. I wonder if Hummer might have made a small mistake, but literally F1 Johnny is now within a second with Bog directly behind him. If they can keep like this in the DRS. Scully dropping another position to Pac-Man a little bit further down. Just outside the points in 11th. We are all within DRS, so Scully losing another position to Hammers there. And then looking to make it back. And Pac-Man looking to make a move. Jump back to the front because I think Bog could be making a move around the outside. Oh, closing. Oh, I thought Bog was going to take the lead then. We were very close. Right, so Skipper struggling again, just dropping back a little bit. And a little bit wide there. And now Hammers up the inside. And up into the points. Okay, let's get back to the front because this is closed right up now. So Bog on the back of Hummer with Johnny hanging on the back of that. They then got a 2.5 second gap to Jack. Bog taking the lead there. We'll see if he can keep it. He's going to come under pressure obviously with the DRS zone, but we are bunching the field back up against Skipper, losing another position. Now got Scully directly behind him with Brother Adam. Brother Adam not having his best race this week. So he's normally fairly strong in the Ferrari, but not having one of his better weeks. Scully picked up a 3-second time penalty there. But Johnny closing, and makes the move up the yay! And Hummer is round. So it's all started to unravel a bit then. Yeah, it's unravelled a little bit for Hummer there. I say, I'm not quite sure what happened, but he was about 1.7 seconds in the lead. And it dropped back to within the DRS, and then Bog has made his way past. And then I think Hummer just trying a little bit too hard. Not sure if those tyres... Oh, he didn't pit, did he? So he's on 15 lap old softs. No wonder he's starting to blooming struggle. No wonder Ralph's struggling as well. Hammer's thriving now, up into 8th position, whilst his teammate now leads with a 2-second gap. And then behind we have Johnny, who has a 1.5 second gap to Daniel. And then Jack recovering to 4th position. It wasn't long ago Jack was in pretty much last position. But now recovering and on the cusp of a podium. He's done 11 laps on those softs though, so I'm not quite sure what he'll be looking. Probably we're getting 24, but he'll be able to squeeze a set of mediums to the end of the race. But it just depends when they go off, when he starts to struggle. Oh, sorry, who was... That was Cav, wasn't it? Yeah, Cavolis making his way past Jack. All right. Yeah. Yeah, sorry. Right. Okay, so Bog, 2.7 seconds clear now. It's a man who said to me last night, I got no pace. And today he was like, I got no pace. You carry on having no pace, mate, if that's going to put you where you are. But so where is Hummer? So back in 10th position. So I think he just needs to just get his head together again. He's obviously got such good speed around here. But just as it happens so often, one thing goes wrong and your whole race can just fall apart. You just need to just step back, take a breath, get yourself back, and you know, to be honest, you could probably do a new set of tyres. Cavolis putting in fastest lap, and Hummer picking up a 3-second penalty there, so it really is starting to fall apart for him. Brother Adam now moving past him, so Hummer down into 11th, Brother Adam up into 10th. Brother Adam struggling on those tyres big time. Right, okay, back at the front, Bog 3 seconds clear. We then got Johnny has now got Daniel and Cavolis right on his backside, with Pac-Man not too far away. Pac-Man has got oodles of pace. I think he's struggled a bit with this game. Obviously no practice time. I myself am struggling a bit with this year's game. Don't know why. I don't know why, but yeah, not getting on at all with it at the moment. I think I need to give it time, which I've just not had with work. But hopefully in the future I'll give it a bit more time. But yeah, Pac-Man just struggled a bit with it, but I think managing to, he still shows flashes of his pace. And there it is, he has closed down onto the back of Johnny now. So Johnny looking at going from 2nd down to 3rd, down to 4th. Potentially could be dropping into 5th place soon, but Bog 4.5 seconds clear out the front. Pac-Man getting good drive there. Is he going to be able to make a move around the outside or look for the switchback, get a better drive? He does look for the switchback, but I don't think he wants to make a move going through Overreach and Radian. Not unless he is feeling superly confident. So we have some pitters. Hummer finally coming into the pits. Skipper as well. Right, jump back, sorry, I just had to pause there for a minute. So Pac-Man now looking to make the move on Johnny. 9-lap pressure mediums. Johnny obviously with those 18 laps, he's used them since the beginning. Didn't hit under the safety car, so he's going to stretch those as far as he can. Jack still on those soft tyres in 6th position. 13 laps he's done on those, so obviously pitted early for some damage. So Pac-Man is closing, but just ahead as well. Daniel now closing back up onto Cavolis. Pac-Man and Johnny keep swapping positions there. I keep thinking that overtake is done, but it's not. So Daniel, what is he going to do? He's got a load of ERS there. Obviously DRS is enabled. Here he goes. He's going to go for the move here to the inside and a bit further back. Pac-Man making the pass on Johnny. So Daniel now up into second position, 4.8 seconds behind Bog. So will he now go on the charge? Both on the same tyres, both same age tyres, so 10 laps, mediums. Scully making a position up on composite there. Looks like at the end of the Kemmel Straight, one of the better overtaking positions on here. Jack in 6. Hammers now closing in on the back of Jack and Johnny. So it might not have been a bad move actually for Hammers going on those softs, because he has managed to make some time up, and can probably see a set of mediums at the end if he can stretch these softs for another sort of 3, 4, 5 laps. So I don't know the weather forecast. There's potential there could be rain later, but haven't been told anything yet. So it's going to be a surprise for me if we get there. Pac-Man. Oh, it looked like he locked up in the background, but he did fine. Cav now. Role reversal from a lap ago. Daniel ahead now with Cavolis with quite an amount of ERS and obviously DRS as well, so I could see this position possibly changing again. And it didn't. Daniel moving just a touch to the right, which he was right to do. It was only one movement, but I think Cavolis thought better of it. So we've got a fair few gaps have opened up now. Pac-Man up into 4th place, 3.4 behind Cav. We'll see what he can do, whether he can close that in. But I'm just going to stick with this battle for now, because it seems to be the closest one that we have. So they are chipping into Bog's lead a little bit. Gap down to 3.8. I think it was up at about 4.8 at one point. Potential Bog is just taking it. Oh Christ! Did I just see some? Let's see where this goes. Sometimes you see shards of carbon fibre go up into the air, and you think that someone's lost an end plate, and no, they haven't. But, so gap down to 3.6 now, so it's another 2.2 they've managed to eat into that. Cav now lined up. I can see him making that move. Johnny also as well making a move back on Pac-Man, and so whether he's close enough to... I don't think he's close enough to try and make the overtake this, but Cavolis up into 2nd place. Hammers back up into 6th position, so making his way through. Who is that coming out of the pits? That's Ralph. So Ralph down in last place now. Bog 3.9. So yeah, just managing to maintain that gap out front. So it closes a little bit, but then he just manages to pull it out again. So Johnny close to the back of Pac-Man, and then we've got Jack. Oh, Jack's only close because Hammers has just overtaken him, I think. But Daniel dropping 1.5 seconds back now from Cavoli, so he's dropped himself out of the DRS range. They're pretty much in what we've got no man's land now, either, so you've got nothing to tow you along. And Johnny is just within the DRS, or was he? No, I don't think he was at the activation point. Okay, so where has Hummer recovered? Currently 12th position. So 1.6 behind the Haas of Scully. And second ahead of Composite, sorry. Right, okay, so Cav now carving has half a second gone already in this lap. So he is now starting to make a move. So, you know, I had a bit of a battle with him last night in D1, and he's got good pace round Belgium. There's still a long way to go. We are now officially into the second half of the race. So Jack just staying behind Hammers there, keeping himself within that DRS zone. I think just preserving his tyres, just getting him pull along, and Hammers is closing in on Johnny, I think, but not by a rate of knots. In fact, if anything, it's increasing now. But yeah, race seems to have settled down a little bit. We've got some gaps between each other, so Bog, that gap's down to 2.7. Bog, what's going on? I think those tyres might be hitting that point. So Hammers has now come into the pits. He'll bolt on a fresh set of mediums, so he'll be looking to take those to the end, pending a safety car comes out just ahead of Jack. So it's as you were for those two. Hammers just ahead of Kazingle by 0.4. So Hummer getting his way past Scully. So I think Hummer's just getting his groove back again now. I think, you know, it all went completely wrong, but seems to be getting his groove back. He's up past Hummer. Obviously got Kazingle and Hammers in front of him. But if he could use those to tie himself along, it will put him back towards the front. So Kazingle past Hammers there. So down the Kemmel Straight. So I do wonder if these two are going to work together and just try and close that gap in a bit, see if they can reel him in. Obviously on fresher tyres as well, potential for the undercut. 3 second time penalty for Ralph. Have a quick look at the pens, just see how we are getting on. 6 seconds for Pac-Man and Connor, and then everyone else on 3, which is Brother Adam, Hammers, Scully, Hummer, Ralph and Skipper. Okay, so Bog 2.3 seconds ahead of Kavolis. Kavolis himself 2.8 seconds ahead of Daniel. Daniel seems to just struggled a little bit since losing second place to Cav. Just hasn't quite had the pace. But as I say, just into the second half of the race, so it's an awful long way to go. Johnny into the pits. Where is he going to rejoin? They've got Jack and Hammers just behind him, so they haven't made a position up on track, but I think they've made up a fair few seconds there as to where he was. Scully, 12th position, so he's just going to... Johnny struggling there. Obviously got the hasn't got his tyres up to temperature, going up through Eau Rouge and Radion, I think, which has given the two behind, who, you know, sort of a lap before, got enough heat into it. They managed to get good drive and make the overtake on Johnny. So Hammers up into 8th, Kazingle in 9th position. Bob continues to lead, but that gap now down to 1.3 seconds. It's just getting exciting at the back here though with these three. I do want to keep an eye on that at the front with Bog, Johnny just letting Jack know that he's there. But Johnny obviously leading the championship, doesn't want to take too many gamble, or too much of a gamble should I say, but Bog, oh shit, Bog, it's down to 3/4 of a second. I think Bog's tyres have dropped off a cliff. To be honest, I'm sure the tyres are the same age. Yeah, they are. It seems like Cav's more comfortable on them, I think, than Bog. So Johnny makes his way past Jack as well. That's on the start-finish line. No, he doesn't. I thought he had. Right, let's get back to the front. Although Hummer is going to make a move on Scully, I think, here. These two seem to be changing positions pretty much lap after lap after lap. So as long as they're having fun, having a good clean battle, that is all that matters. So yep, there we go. Right, let's get back to the front because Bog has got less than half a second gap on Cav now. So neither of them really struggling with ERS. Obviously on this new game it's so easy to recoup it anyway. I'm also not a fan personally of the modes, but that's because of age and an extra thing to do. Last night I think it was 10 or 11 laps I did in none on ERS because I didn't actually realise I was in none. So again, as I said earlier, it comes down to not enough practice time and familiarisation. But Bog starting to struggle. I think he is going to lose the lead to Cavolis down this start or Daphne Kemmel straight. There we go. Is he going to go for the move? He's not quite close enough. But Daniel behind now being caught up by Pac-Man, so that's becoming a battle. Then we've got Connor and Brother Adam, or Brother Adam and Connor, as the positions have now changed. And Double, got a fair few changes going on here. So it seems like the field's concertinaed up a little bit. But Jack making his move past Double there. Johnny will be next to take advantage of that, but I'm going to jump back to the front and we'll see what is going on with Bog, whether he can control this. Going to the end of the lap. Quarter of a second lead is all that Bog has to protect himself from Cavolis behind, but then they've got nearly a 5 second gap to Daniel, who, as he said himself, is coming under pressure from Pac-Man. Whoa! Kev getting on the throttle just a bit early there, but that is going to give Bog some breathing space. And also going to light up Daniel's eyes, who's going to see that he's all of a sudden he's a bit closer. Pac-Man just behind. Composite 3 second time penalty. Pac-Man looking at making the move on Daniel, and does indeed. So fairly easy overtake there for Pac-Man. Obviously DRS and ERS enabled. 2.3 second gap now to Cavolis. Cavolis dropped I say nearly lost 2 seconds to Bogorovsky, but looks like he has got his head back in the game. So Johnny now making a move up the inside of a double as we come up to turn number 5. And then Malmedy off to Bruzel. Connor now close to the back of Brother Adam. We've got a yellow flag. Why have we got a yellow? Who has spun? Why is there a yellow? Why is there a yellow? No idea. Right. Excuse me, just having a drink there. So Daniel coming into the pits for what will be his final pit stop of the race, unless we get obviously a late safety car. And a new front wing as well. So it must have picked up some damage, so that does explain why his pace dropped off ever so slightly. So Jack back to within the DRS zone of Hammers. So I think these two, as I said earlier, I think they might be working together just to try and pull themselves through the field. Obviously, if you've got DRS and you're pulling each other along, then it does help to make you a damn sight quicker. Johnny now dropping 2.9 seconds further back. So not been his ideal race. Cav and Bog battling away at the front. I nearly missed that. But Bog, I think, just holding on to the position. But Cav has closed that 2-second gap back down. But it's going to find himself in the dirty air again soon, and if his tyres were struggling last time, he could find the same here. So he just needs to be patient on the throttle. Where was it coming out of turn 1, wasn't it? As we're going around the source, literally coming out, he was a bit too early on the throttle, and he does take the lead now, although Bog's not giving it up. They are. Oh no, don't be side by side going through there, please. The Cav does drop back. It was a good drive there by Bog. I think managing to just get himself ahead, but obviously it is now going to give the DRS to Cavolis, who does make up that position. So I think Cav's probably going to drive away a little bit. Wouldn't be surprised if Bog comes into the pit shortly. Connor making a move on Brother Adam on the Camel Straight. Surprise, surprise, as most overtakes are. We've then got Hammers and Jack still close together. Then Johnny and Hummer has closed up right up on the back of Johnny again. But there's that big gap between Hammers and Brother Adam of 11, well, nearly 12 seconds. I think that could be a stretch too far. Although we do still have 14 laps plus the one that we are on. Bog dropping 1.2 seconds back now from Cav. So Cav does have some decent pace today. So I do think he likes this track. Right, how are we getting on further back? So Daniel in 10th position for nearly 5 seconds behind Hummer, but has made that final pit stop. So Johnny and Hummer seem to be the closest battle on track. Bog has pitted. Did he pit? I'm sure he pitted. He must have done a drop down. So, tyres. Yeah, Bog's pitted. So he's gone for softs to the end of the race. So he's going to be quick. I'll tell you what that he's going to do. He's going to give him the undercut on Cavolis. 21 lap old. He's not going to take those to the end. So this could be a smart move by Bog. He's going to give him I think probably give him a couple of seconds undercut on Cavolis, depending on when he decides to come in and put his fresh tyres on. We've got Pac-Man up there in second position. Right, penalty. Well, it's probably best to just say to people that haven't got penalties actually, which is Cavolis, Bogorovsky, Jack Kazingle, and Daniel. Apart from that, everyone else has got a penalty. So yeah, it's easier to mention the 4 that don't rather than the 11 that do. Okay, so these two still close. Connor and Brother Adam, they've been having a real good battle during this game, during this race. Say Connor certainly being a lot more competitive on this year's game. Yeah, so it's good to see. Currently sitting in a 3rd position. He's picked up his first. Did he pick up his first win? Can't remember if he's had how many wins he's had, but I think it was his first pole position the other week. So you know, so long overdue and well deserved. Hummer and the F1 Johnny changing positions there. I just want to go back because Connor is going to make that move on Brother Adam round the outside. So Brother Adam moving over just to block himself off on the inside, and Connor just saying, okay, I'll drive around the outside here, it's not a problem. But it looks like Brother Adam is making the move back round Bruzel, which is side by side through corner after corner. This is so good to see. Right, so Bog up into 4th position. Cav must have pitted. I must have missed that with what was going on. Yeah, he did. So yeah, so that is pretty much it now. So Bog has indeed. Well, what did he get? Probably a 2-second undercut, I think, in the end. So well worth doing, but he's obviously regained the lead, so he's got track position. These two have just been nose to tail for pretty much God knows how much of this race, and they are just side by side, corner after corner after corner, giving each other space, and just is lovely to see. It really is good to see. I don't really want to jump away from it, but I'm going to have to, because you obviously got Cav now closing on the back of Bogorovsky. Jack has made his way past Hammers as well, so whether that's a tactical change, not sure. Hummer around the outside of Johnny, but Johnny no on the inside. Yeah, got a bit of a snap there, so Hummer up into 8th position. So Cavolis does indeed make the move on Bogorovsky. I think we expected that. Bog would probably be wise now just to try and stick with him if he can, put himself along, and hopefully then be in a position to pick up any pieces. But we've got some real good little battles going on here at the moment. It's good to see. I mean, Connor and Brother Adam have been side by side so many times, and also, I mean, Johnny and Hummer a little bit further down. They've exchanged positions about 3, 4, 5 times. It might only just be sort of round the corner, where one's slightly ahead, but it's very, very close racing. Good to see, but Pac-Man 7 seconds out. Connor picking up the 3-second penalty. So we're now down to 3 people that have or don't have a time penalty. So Kavolis and Bogorovsky are closing hand over fist on these 2 in front. I will have a look actually just to see tyre wear. Pac-Man 24 laps on those. Connor 24 laps. I mean, Connor could be taking those to the end, you know. He could do another 10 laps. So, yeah, he could surprise everybody on that. But we will see. Brother Adam, anyway, retakes 2nd position. So Jack and Hammers, they are working well together just to close that gap. Johnny and Hummer again changing positions. But we now have four on the fight for this 2nd place. Kavolis and Bogorovsky have closed up on Connor and Brother Adam. And Brother Adam himself is starting to chip into Pac-Man's lead. That's half a second gone over the space of a lap. I don't think it's going to end well. I don't think this is going to end well. Or maybe it will. Whoa, Cav looking up the inside, but Cav does make the move past Connor up into 4th position. Got a nice little tight bunch going on here. A couple of lockups. Bog just trying to keep his nose clean, trying to keep out of any potential damage that is going on. Should get much better drive. Whoa, 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 whoa! Whoa, that was a bit of a tank slapper I saw going on there by Bog. I also saw a load of carbon fibre, but it's typical of this game, I'm afraid. Well, you see a load of carbon fibre, but not necessarily any damage. So Kavolis up into 2nd place. Johnny picking up a time penalty, so that's his, must be his 2nd. So Bog now does make the move. I think it was around the outside of Connor there. So up into 4th place. Just got Brother Adam ahead. Needs to get past quick because he doesn't want to let Kavolis get outside of a DRS range. Right, so a bit further back. Daniel on a bit of a charge now. Has made his way past Hummer. And has now also made his way past F1 Johnny, so back up into 8th position. So that will improve because I'm sure a few in front have still got to visit the pits. Right, so oh, Connor. He was going to climb into Bogorovsky's cockpit then. So Bog still stuck behind Brother Adam. Now 1.6 seconds the gap to Kavolis. I say it would be wise here, Bog, to just stick behind, try and use that extra horse down the Kemmel just to close that gap a little bit. Right, we've got another yellow. I think that was Composite having not one of his better days. So Brother Adam getting overtaken either side by Bogorovsky and Connor there. So Johnny now back past Daniel. So again, we got a nice battle going on with these 3 here, which I do want to keep an eye on. We've also got Jack and Lewis, basically 6th and 7th, are 5.2, so they are closing in on Brother Adam. They're eking that gap down. It's just whether they can do enough. Obviously, those penalties are not going to help. But right, let's get back to what is really the battle for the lead, which is Bogorovsky and Kavolis. But Kavolis, he's pulled out nearly 2 seconds on Bog now. It's going to be hard for Bog to be able to close that down, but I'm sure he will try his hardest. Lap number 37 completed. No, it's not. Lap 36 completed. We're on to lap 37. So 8 laps to go, including the one that we are on. Pac-Man 4 seconds ahead now, so that gap's come tumbling down. I'm sure, what tyres is he on? 27 lap old mediums. Could he take him 34 laps, or is he going to pit? Well, if he pits now, he's going to drop down in a horrible position. But anyway, let's not go there. Brother Adam, 4.5 seconds now clear of the Hammers and Jack train. So Daniel back up into 8th place past Johnny. I think we could be getting another dose of the Havoc Brother Adam battle going on here. So Cavoli's got that gap down to 2.7 to Pac-Man, so it's a 1.3 second he's taken out of that in a couple of laps. He's dragging Bog along with him, although he's still keeping just outside of that, well, he was about 2 second gap, so. But I'm sure Bog would be ecstatic with a podium if it came to it. We'll put him, I think, in the lead of the championship going into round number 6. Safety car. Oh, Hummer, it's not been your day, has it, buddy? Honestly. Ugh, Scully and Double have collided, so Scully get a 10-second penalty there. Right, so this has shaken things up ever so much. Who's going to pit? I mean, Pac-Man, this is good for him. Well, I say it's good for him. It's only good for him if everyone else pits and he pits. But yeah, Hummer, it's not been your day, buddy. Not quite sure where it happened. Wait to see when the position changes. There. A weird place to crash out, really, but I suppose if he was battling with Daniel and Johnny, not quite sure. I'll have a watch back at Johnny's stream later, see if I can catch what happened there. So Pac-Man into the pits, Cav into the pit, Bog stays out. Everyone else is pitting. Brother Adam has stayed out. Daniel is pitting. Johnny pitting. Ralph is a long way back. I'm sure he will probably pit. So Bog seems comfortable on those tyres. Let's have a quick look, see what everyone goes on to. Softs, unsurprisingly. Johnny, please tell me they are not 14 lap old hards. No, no, it's right, they haven't changed them yet. I thought they put 14 lap old soft tyres back on him. Okay, so we are on lap number 39. Safety car. We've had 2 safety cars in this race. Pavlosidor, unfortunately, by the sounds of it, losing control with his wheel. Not so much disconnecting, but just not reacting. So unfortunately, that caused the first one. Then the second one here with Hummer, which again, I'm not quite sure what happened, but it seems to be around about the bus stop chicane, bringing out the second safety car of the day. So who's benefited from this? Pac-Man benefited big time. He was going to drop quite a way back after making that, making a stop. Connor, he's in a good position now, in 4th position. Cavolis probably lost out a bit back. He's dropped down into 5th position. But beyond those fresh tyres, he has got oodles of pace around here. So he will go on the charge. Hammers and Kazingle now obviously right on the back of everybody. I mean, it is. We'll have to wait and see. But Bog, 8 laps already on those softs. Obviously, a couple of laps will be under safety car, so not too much wear. Got Brother Adam behind him. He's going to be a little bit slower on those mediums. But yeah, certainly shaking up the race for what will be the final. Well, if it comes in at the end of this, we'll have a 4-lap race. Right, so lap number 40 of 44. Current standings, Bogorovsky leading the way, 9-lap-old softs, and we've got Brother Adam behind him on 30-lap-old mediums. Then 3rd position, we have Pac-Man, 4th, Connor in 5th, Cavolis, 6 Hammers, 7th, Kazingle in 8th, we've got Daniel in 9th, Johnny in 10th, we have Ralph in 11th, we've got Double, 12th, Skip, 13th, Scully, and 14th, Composite. Everybody on soft tyres other than Brother Adam in 2nd, and everybody on pretty much new tyres other than Bog and Brother Adam at front. So it'll be a 4-lap shootout. I can see the safety car is going to come in at the end of this lap because the field has now caught up. Composite pretty much there. There he is, catching up now. So we've done that before the time, so we should have safety car in this lap. So Bog needs to get a good drive. Obviously hope that the drivers behind have a little bit of a battle going on and he can just pull himself out a little bit. But we're going to have a 4-lap shootout for the winner of 100% Belgian Grand Prix. So this year we tried a couple of extra formats. Obviously brought some sprint races in, some one-shot qualification. We've tried the full quali, and obviously tonight we're trying a 100% race as well. So giving it a little bit of a variety this season. Obviously we'll look at what was successful, what wasn't successful, what people enjoyed, what people didn't enjoy, and we'll just try and make it a little bit more enjoyable going forward rather than the same format. But I think at worst we'll be looking at introducing a fair few amount of sprint races. Right, so Bog becomes the pace car as we come up to the bus stop again, Brother Adam sniffing all over behind him. Pac-Man, I'm sure, will be roaring to go as well. So I'm not quite sure who to follow here. Pac-Man is pretty much already past his teammate. Oh no, around the outside, just clipped Connor on the way back in. I don't think Connor picked up any damage from that, no, which is good. Right, okay, so as we were... Bog really could do with Brother Adam doing him a huge favour here, which would also completely shaft his teammate. But if Brother Adam can keep Pac-Man behind for as long as possible, it might give Bog the chance just to bolt, just to get far enough ahead. So he really needs to get himself out of DRS zone. Right, further back, do we have anyone going for any Hail Mary moves? I don't think so just yet. That's probably going to come on the last lap where a bit of desperation sets in. Obviously with the field so close together as well, you feel like you can see the car in front. It's your divine right to get past. Brother Adam picking up a 3-second time penalty. Oh, that's one good thing for Bog actually. He doesn't have a penalty, does he? But mind you, 3 seconds would drop him. Oh no, it wouldn't drop him at all, would it? It would, yeah. Forgot that penalty, so yeah, still not looking too bad for Bog. Brother Adam now struggling, got out of position, I think, there. Right, here we go, Pac-Man on the hunt for Bogarowski now, nearly getting punted by Connor, who's got Hammer. Hammer's up in a 4th position. Christ, he's had a really good restart. So Cav now past Brother Adam. Right, okay, I think Pac-Man has pretty much drained his ERS though. That is one thing that is killing him. And Connor just decides to go around the outside. So you will leave me space, I'll take the space. So that's good for Connor. But as you were for Bogarowski, doesn't seem to be much difference there. So we've got Daniel and Johnny still battling away. Seems they've been having a real good battle during this race. Bog does lose that position now to Connor. But as I say, we've got those pens. So, oh, 9 seconds, 9 seconds, 12 seconds. So really it's Kavolis and Daniel are the only ones that Bog needs to worry about. So Pac-Man taking the dive through there, but I don't think Bog is that bothered by that. As long as he keeps himself ahead of Kavolis. What's going on there? And Kavolis has got off. That's his front wing gone, and pretty much his race over now. Drops him to the back of the grid. So this puts Bog in a really strong position. Now it's only Daniel that he really needs to worry about. Daniel having a... Oh! The hell happened there? So Daniel getting a 10-second penalty for gaining a place past Kazingle, colliding. I've never seen that, to be honest. Under safety car, yes, but... Right, anyway, let's get back towards the front. Again, let's get these penalties up so we can see Hammers with 12 seconds of penalty. Crikey. Okay, penultimate lap of the race. So Connor leading, but does have those time penalties. Pac-Man making a real good recovery. So there was times Pac-Man was at the back of the grid, or back of the field, should I say, and has managed to close it down to, you know, now fighting for the lead. Hammers and Bogarowski changing positions a bit further back. I think that is just to give Bog a bit of a tow. Excuse me. Skipper and double, changing positions. So the Haas have been pretty much close to each other most of this race. But right, okay, so coming into the bus stop for the penultimate time on to the start finish line to start the final lap of the season. Connor leading the way, Pac-Man in second, Hammers in third, Bog in fourth position. So Bog just needs to make sure he doesn't lose too much time. Excuse me. I think as long as he doesn't lose 9 seconds, he'll be okay. Right, so what is going on a bit further back, Brother Adam and Daniel? So we've got no late moves going on. It's pretty boring. Right. So last lap of the race, 44 laps almost completed. We have had quite a few leaders. We've had a few incidents. We've had a few accidents. We've had a few whoopsies. And at the end of the day, we're now sitting with Connor, ready to just finish this race. He will take the win on track, but I think the penalties are going to drop him to second position, I think. Pac-Man will still be looking at a podium or second place, whichever he decides going into this final corner, but Connor manages to keep hold of the position and comes across to take the win on track. Second going to Pac-Man, Hammers in third position, Bog in fourth, but will jump up and take the win. I'm losing where everything is at the moment. So we have Skipper DNF'd just before the finishing line there, so not a good day for him. But Bog taking the win, Connor taking second, and Pac-Man rounding out the podium. So late safety car definitely benefited Connor and Pac-Man, and it kind of put pay to Cavolis's race as well. Obviously DNFing in the end. But Bog taking the win on a track where he had absolutely no pace at all. So God help us when he goes into a race on a track that he's happy with and has pace. But a good win by him today. Obviously keeping it clean was the well, a deciding factor in the end. A lot of penalties out there today. So right, okay, so Bog taking the win, Connor taking second place and the fastest lap with a 45.7. Then Pac-Man third, rounding out the podium. Ralph having a good race in the end in fourth, Brother Adam in fifth. Then we've got Johnny in sixth position, double getting seventh position in the Haas. That was good. Eighth position for Jack. Ninth for Hammers in the end with 12 seconds worth of penalties dropping down. Daniel coming home in 10th and claiming the last point for Racing Bull. Composite in 11th, Scully 12th, 13th, Skipper. Although I don't actually think he finished, I think he crashed on the finish line. Then we have Cavolis, Hummer, and Pavlosidor, the non-finishers. Well, that was a long one, 44 laps. Next week, we're back to normal format. So short qualifying, the 18 minutes, and then a 50% race. And we will be coming from the Circuit de Barcelona in Spain. So from myself, Neil Boy, thank you ever so much for joining in. Hope you enjoyed that race. It was certainly eventful. And hopefully we'll get something similar next week. Next week in Spain. But thanks ever so much for tuning in. Hope you've enjoyed it. Have a lovely weekend, everyone. And I'll see you next week.